What is up, everyone? It's DJ Garcia, Remake, Garcia, and today I'm going to be showing you guys how I remade The Truth Untold from BTS. If you noticed, a couple weeks ago I actually uploaded my version of it, and I thought, you know what, it'd be cool to show you guys how I do it. But I thought it'd be cool to show you guys like kind of the thought process of what into it. I don't usually remake songs at all. I did like a long time ago. So it started out with this beat. So right here at the very end. So first of all, this is the very beginning of the song, and then this yellow line will go and go and go all the way to the very end. So of course at the very end there's a lot more going on, a lot more instruments come in. You guys know that part. It even goes down all the way to the bottom right here. But of course most of the beginning and the middle of the song is all piano stuff. So it started off with this beat right here. Let me see. I was just kind of mimicking it because I wanted to do this end part first. That's kind of it, with a couple more, you know. So that's kind of it. That's kind of what it was doing. And eventually I was like, I actually was just playing around. I was like, you know, let me do The Truth Untold. And I thought, you know, I could really do this. And so then it came, I thought, you know, okay, let me find this piano stuff. Because I can't listen to a song with a whole bunch of piano and just know what notes and stuff like that. I can't recreate it like that. So I needed help from YouTube mostly to do stuff like that. And I found it like this, you know, there's a whole bunch of tutorial videos in a way. And so I took my piano in here and I just kind of copied the notes. So where's number one? Right here. So this is piano roll. So you got this. You can just put notes in, click them in, drag them out as long as you want. So these are the notes from The Truth Untold that I copied from online, as you can see. So I did that for the entire song though. I did that, like I copied from online the piano stuff entirely, but that would be the only thing I copy. Everything else I will take credit for. And then also there are some notes that mimic like some of the lyrics. So basically right here, that little hum. You know, when I think it's V when he does that little hum, right? And then right here too, you can hear like the higher notes mimicking the lyrics. But it doesn't do that the entire song. I only wanted it for some parts. So now we get to our first chorus. I'm just going to show you guys from all the way from beginning to the end of the song. We get to our first chorus, and of course there's the piano notes that I copied. But I also added this kind of an ambient sound. It's a sound that I use a lot just so that things are not as quiet. Because I'm not like just recreating this song. I wanted to make it kind of my own, right? I want to change some things. But it's not like a remix either. So it's this sound. Pretty cool and calming sound. It kind of just same notes as the piano, but I also added in these violins right here. And so this is what it sounds like. Of course, those violins are not in the original song. That's something I thought would be great. So then we get into our second verse. Basically, it's the same notes and stuff, so I just kind of have to do nothing there. And then our second chorus, same thing. Like I said, there's not much going on in most of the beginning and middle. It's mostly all the end that I had to work on the most. So right here, you get the violins again, but I added in a choir with it. So it sounds like this. Very slight choir. With the violin. So you can't really hear it that well, but it's cool. So then you got that, and now you get into kind of the ending. So right here, you hear this little beat, right? You guys all know this part. Where this beat starts to come in. Just a little bit. And it's weird because when I found that sound, it sounds just like it. So if you listen to the original song and you hear that part right before all those drums come in, that sound, I found this on my program and it sounds almost just like it. Almost. This sound right here. Like it sounds very close to the actual sound that you do hear in the original song. So you got that. With some of the notes too, mimicking the lyrics. It's kind of a build-up. So now, most of this ending right here that you guys see, let me see. Let me start you off with the drums. So those parts were very important to me, and I've always wanted to use sounds like that, so it was really cool to use that. Where is that? It's this tom drum right here. That's the first thing you hear, like boom, and then you get into all this stuff. So to make it sound a little powerful, you can do this and stuff. But how many did I use? I used 4. So it was like this at first. You just put 1 in there. But if you put a second one over it, it gets a little bit more louder and powerful. And then you put a third one, and then a fourth one. It makes it sound just a little bit more hard hitting, which is what I wanted. So boom. And then of course you got this beat over it. And then, oh, I forgot this stuff. And then you got piano stuff, of course, still. And then I added in some of the ambience again. I don't know what it's called, I just call it ambience, so it might not be called that. And then there's another choir, which goes out throughout the entire thing. It's a more deeper kind of choir though. It's not like all too high pitched. It's a little bit more low. You can kind of hear it. So then you got that, and then you got this other part of the choir, which is right here, pattern 24. It's a little bit more higher pitch. You'll hear it. Right here. So then you also got some bass. Got some bass in there. And then the last part to this entire thing is at the very bottom, another choir, which is a little bit more higher pitched. It doesn't sound like a choir though, when you put it that high. But it's supposed to mimic the lyrics again. I wanted to do it with a choir though. You can't really tell all too much anyway, but I tried taking it out, but then it sounded really weird without it, so I left it in. Basically, it sounds like this. It's only for some parts, like so right now it stopped and then it comes back in. So I left that in, here we go. And that's kind of it, that's kind of what goes on during this part, so. And then we get to the actual ending. Yeah. So now we're in the actual ending right here, this whole area, which was the hardest to work on, the most difficult. Not difficult, I guess, just took long. So of course we had the beat like I started off with in the very beginning of this whole thing. And then we got piano, of course. And then one of my favorite things is, of course, during this part in the original song, you hear Jimin going, you know, you hear it slightly go, the I still want you line. He does it like 2 or 3 times, you know, and I still want you. I can't sing good, but you know. But instead of that, I used the choir again, and I loved it. I love what I did here. So right here. I still want you. Like that. And I absolutely love it. It's more angel-like. you know, it does again. Mimicking Jimin's lines right there, and you know, to me it's perfect. I love it. So you got that going. So you got that. A couple of more, you know, crashes and stuff. Actually, I'll put that in later, so it's not a little bit. It's a little less louder. So more, I think, white noise. So then right here is another choir, which is more of the deeper kind of choir. So then, and then also, to make it a little less quieter at the very beginning, there's this little violin piece that comes up. You'll hear it as soon as I play it. Yeah, so we got that at the very beginning of every hit. You'll hear it again, right now. So there's that. I got some bass in here still, which actually goes down. So basically what I mean by that is right here, if I just show you the bass, right here you can see this little thing right here. It's supposed to represent like the volume of the bass, like actually volume. So right here you can see this line going down. That's representing the bass going away, like going down. The more it goes down, the less you hear it. So in this very short time, you can hear it go down as it follows this line. And the reason why I do that is because that's at the same time that choir comes in, where it mimics Jimin's line, and I didn't want the bass to sound all too loud because I wanted everyone to hear that angel-like choir. So I turned the bass down so you can just hear that part a little bit more. So then you got, I do it for another sound, this sound right here. I call it Awesome Sound. I don't know how I made it. I did make this a long time ago in 2014. I have no idea. Maybe I did copy. I have no idea. 2014, I was suckier. But I also turned down the volume. You know, you can see it right here. This line goes down as well. Yeah, so that I thought it was really nice. I like that sound. So it also fades out. Same thing with the bass. So if you add that with everything else, you get what do you get? What do you get? You get this. So yeah, you got that. I also will say, like, I extended it a little bit longer for my version because I felt like you needed to hear it a little bit more. So in the original song, it goes from here to right here. So from here to here, it's only 8 bars. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then it ends with the last Jimin line in the piano. But I extended it to here. I just basically doubled it, and just so that you can hear my version, a couple extra 8 bars, so it's 16 total. Because I felt like it shouldn't be 8. You know, for my version, I was like, you need to hear this more. And so then the last thing, basic main thing of this is the vocal things, because if you hear the original song as well, you can hear these kind of vocal shots, this vocal thing going on. It's probably the main part of that original song, and so I needed it for this, and I finally found one when I did this. I never used this sound before, but I found it, and it sounded amazing. You know, again, following the sound of the piano, and I was like, yep, I'm using it, and it ended up being really cool, so I really like it. And that's kind of it, and then you got these parts, the crashes and stuff. So then there's that, and then of course, as I said, I extended it. a little bit, and I added in Jimin's vocals. It's more quiet though. When he says his last line, it's a little bit more quiet, and I took that and I put it twice because I thought his vocals were so good from that song. I was like, you know what? Let me throw him in there, and it actually works pretty good because I told you I had that choir doing it for me, and so once you have that choir and him saying the line at the same time, it's pretty dope. And then he does it again, right here, at the very end. So then you have the end of the song. And then right there, those notes I put an octave higher. And that's kind of it. So that was the end part. Whenever I make music, I really want to start recording the actual process of it from now on, because it just, because I get so creative and it's so cool. So I would have loved to have shown you guys me actually making this. It would have been so cool. And then I can just do one of those videos where I speed up the time so it goes quicker. But it definitely would have been really dope. I'll start doing more videos like this. I think it's really cool because I've been uploading a lot of my music lately, a lot more than usual. You guys can definitely go listen to this version. It's already uploaded on my YouTube channel. Just go back a couple weeks and you'll find it. But if you guys like this video, please give it a like. It would really help me out. Comment down below. Let me know what you think about the Truth Untold remake that I did. And if you want to see more of my channel, please subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.